wanted to talk about woke. Whoa. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whoa.
The word itself, or
Uh,
what's attached to it?
what's attached to the word? But why would it be attached to the word if it is the word? If that word is it?
Mm.
You know, but woke, what is woke? What does it mean to be woke? What does woke look like? You know, and why is it that there are times, right? Say you could be amongst people, right? As an example, you could be amongst people. You know, but you choose to express yourself, right? In a form or in a manner that they're not familiar with, or that they don't choose to be familiar with. Cool, you know? But then somebody end up saying some shit like, you know, oh, I don't want none of that woke shit, or you know, you think you're woke, or this person is woke. You know, even with say with good emotions, you know, they can say, oh, this person is woke. Yeah, he's woke. You know what I mean? But what does that mean? Not what does it mean, but what, you know what I mean? Like, you know, because the reason I say I want to talk about this word so much, you know, is because you know, there was a time, right? Not even a time, fuck time, you know. You know, there was a feeling that I once associated with this word. You know what I mean? Woke. Like you know what I mean? Like I liked the idea that the idea of being woke. You know, not the idea. Though I was speaking some true shit, you know, but it's like it's as if I liked that label being applied to my forehead. You know, woke. Like I liked it.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, but I feel like where I'm at now, like with myself, you know, is like I've just woke. I've just woken up to something even more that I need to wake up more from. You know what I mean? Something more beyond. You know what I mean? I was thinking about it. It's like when you see somebody right and you're like they're woke. Say it's a YouTube video, somebody on YouTube. You know, somebody saying something and they're talking about whatever. You know, and you yourself you think they're woke. Is it the word that's woke? You know what I'm saying? Because we say this person is woke, but is it the word? What is it? Is woke? This woke thing, is it in the words that we say? You know, because I feel like a lot of times people associate it right with.
I think it is in the word.
Oh, okay, so I'm not Christian no more. You know, I'm not in that dimension no more of Christianity or Islam or whatever. Now I talk a certain way about it. Am I woke now? You know what I'm saying? Like, in a way, yes, because you've just elevated. You've just elevated yourself, or you just retuned yourself to a different frequency of, you know what I'm saying? Or you just left a program, basically. A program that is Christianity or Islam or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You just left that program, but, you know, and, and, it's, and like when I said before, like, when you woke, you just woke. It's almost as if you realize there's something way more then, but I don't feel like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna stop using that label, like, in the sense because where I'm at now, I feel like you're truly not woke unless your ass is dead.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is, in order for me to be woke in this lifetime, I gotta be, you know what I'm saying? I gotta also have information about life beyond death. You know what I'm saying? I gotta have that information to be woke. I can't be woke. I can't just be woken up to Christianity and I think I'm woke. Like I think I'm on some shit. Like I think I've reached something. You know what I'm saying? I've just left a program, but think about all these fucking programs, like, you know, like, fuck, so many, man. Everything, even like human, like all this shit, you know, like, and I think the reason I wanted to even just record that, you know what I mean, to just was more so, I think it's just to update, man, my own definition of the word, man, you know what I mean, because the word has become such a trend and it's become such a internet sensation. It's become whatever and whatever, and I feel like people getting lost in that shit, and they're just rocking. It's just the way they are rocking themselves back to sleep, man. Like they're so fuck dancing around the word, you know. Like the dimension that I'm looking at the word that I want to understand the word is to be woke beyond death. Like you know what I'm saying? To have not just the concept, but the understanding of everything beyond death, where, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I was just gonna add to your what you were saying before. You were saying like about programs and stuff. I feel like it's become so mainstream to be woke. So it's becoming its own terms. It's become its own program. You know, like the social media brand, or like for example, like someone who's woke now is someone who speaks outside of religion, someone who uses crystals, someone who, you know what I mean? Like there's a certain, when you think of woke now, there's a certain bracket to it. So now it's become its own program again because they can do that, you know? They can hijack something, especially if it's become really mainstream, and make it its own thing. Like these, like I said, the crystals, the way you talk, the things you talk about now, it's like just like when I hear it or when I see people talk about it, it's like out of body experience and like out of religion, out of, you know, just something out of this world. But it's never about self, you know, it's never about within. You never really hear it like, and that's what it's meant to be, you know. You're meant to like to be woke. The word itself is still from the English word we use it to be at a state that you're awake. You know, it's a wakefulness, you know. So to be in a slumber before, like when we're sleeping and then wake up, that's what woke is. It's just past tense of being awake, you know. So that's what it's supposed to be, but people are still sleeping because it's just a new thing. It's like a bandwagon now that you jump to, and it's got its own set of. Because I'm sure, like now you have to have locks. Now you have to have this. Now you have to dress this type of way. An image. Its own set of brackets and set of rules that you have to apply it to. So it's just like it's just another program. You know, well, it's something that was hijacked, something that was meant to bring you to an enlightenment, supposedly. You know, because that's okay. Think about it. People who were decades before us, like 90s or 2000s, like nobody was labeled woke unless they were on that journey of enlightenment and spirituality, you know. But now anyone can claim that they're woke, just as long as you're not religious anymore. If that makes sense, you know. Like anyone can, even if you don't know anything about being spiritual or anything about wanting to learn about yourself. Because that's what it's meant to be. It's not. It's because even spirituality, when people say like, "Oh, I'm spiritual," like people can put themselves in its own bracket, you know, and make it seem like another program, as if it's a like there's religion and then there's spirituality, you know. But it's just learning about yourself and accepting yourself and coming to terms with that and growing within yourself, you know. So then if you can't even do that and claim to be awake, then it doesn't make sense. Like I said, anyone can claim, even people who don't know a thing about themselves.
That's it. And I feel like one of the very first things, you know, one of the very first things in like is to wake is to be woken up to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is, like, you see with a lot of people, like, man, I ain't even gonna talk about people. Fuck that shit, you know. But to be woken up to yourself, you know what I'm saying, in the sense where you view yourself from the heavens and within yourself. You know what I'm saying? To really be in the driver's seat of yourself, to come home. You know what I mean? To center yourself within yourself. You know what I mean? That way to become aware. You know. To become aware of your own movements, everything that is you, and then work to improve that, you know what I mean? But
sorry to cut you off. I was just gonna say, like, I think we put it there because, like, the main thing is really to be in the control center now, you know, and be aware. I feel like even myself, you know. I think when you think back, there was a point in my life where I feel like we come into life maybe on autopilot until you realize that it's your life and that you're in control, you know. Like, I feel like for a long time, I don't know if it's just myself or other people too, I think that's how a lot of folks are living life now, as if you're on a bypass, you know. You're living life with other people, you're just in it. But you forget, like, you're the main character and it's your life in that, you know. You meet people along the way. There are people who are part of your life, but it's yours, you know. You came into it and it's your own, you know. And that's what I think that driver's seat you were saying, to really, like, click into the fact that it's yours, you know. You can do what you want with it. You're who you want to be. You can be anyone. You know?
ain't nobody tell you who to be.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Not a job, not school, nothing.
The thing is, though, and you see this effect, right? That effect of somebody having to tell you who you should be. You see it within this fucking system and the school systems and all this shit. You know what I mean? Molding kids. What do you want to be? And got them chasing careers and shit and so on. You know what I mean? This is just directing your energy in ways like that you don't. Think about the energy that you have when you're not doing or going out here to these plantation bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Or chasing careers and so on and so on. You know what I mean? Like, when you have all your time and all your attention directed inwards, right? Away from those things, these external shit. Like, I'm sure you'll find, you know what I'm saying? I guarantee you'll find yourself, like, on depth, in ways, levels that you didn't even know exist. You know what I mean? Like, but that's just it. Like, it's crazy, man. You know, people are too lazy for shit like that, man. Like, they don't even.
Not ready to be in the driver's seat.
It's not about it. Like, if you're not working towards this, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? If you're not working on know yourself in ways that nobody knows you, if you're still trying to find yourself in things that you see and in jobs and all this bullshit, then
having an occupation
damn all that shit
as a living, you know.
I would say, man, you have a car, you have a rear. Why are you chasing this shit? You know what I mean?
To be occupied, you know?
Exactly.
Occupation.
But all it is that's being occupied is your attention, your focus.
But that's the living, you know?
And the
what
thing
do you
is,
do for a living? What's your occupation?
What do you do for a living?
And what's your
God
occupation?
dang.
So you can be a student.
That sounds fucked up. You know what I mean?
You can
like
be a nurse. You can be, but that's your time occupied, and that's what you choose
for
to
living.
do as a living.
Oh man. For a living. and then your ass have the nerves to open your mouth and say, "Oh yeah, I'm a this, you know, I'm a fucking, I'm a nurse,
Teacher.
I'm a teacher, I'm a what the fuck." Come on, man, damn all that shit. What do you do for a living? What do you? What's your occupation? What are you occupied by? Oh man. Oh man. Man, that there, man. Even you know, it's like I try to. It's like my mind doesn't want to even go to those dimensional things, you know, of thinking, bro. Because when I just observe it from where, you know, where I'm comfortably seeing it from here, and I look at it, and I'm like, damn. Even that alone, for somebody to ask me, what do you do for a living? And they expecting me to respond with a job, an occupation, and whatever. Are you serious? They're waiting for that response. Or some people probably tell you I'm a this. What? That's a fucking program. That's a program personally me, man. You know what I'm saying? All this shit is the same as a nigga pulling up, rolling up and talking about, oh, I'm a Christian.
Same thing.
A program. I'm a Muslim. Program. Nigga, your whole frame is within. Your whole mind is within, encased within a program. Now your ass think you're this. Even your God is in this program. Cube. Where you think you found your God within this program of, called Christianity or Muslim or Islam or, you know, all this shit. And then your ass think you got you're chasing a career. Man, that's a scary shit, man. That's a scary thought, man. All these programs. And this is the so-called matrix that people within this matrix making choices within this matrix.
Not truly a choice, is it?
It's not no choice. How can you make choices? How many of those choices do you think are outside of that program or that box? You know what I mean? Like, say now, right? The minute we leave home, all the choices you're gonna make, right? You know what I'm saying? It's like it's for as long as they're within the matrix, they're choices that were already placed there. You just think you're making a choice, but you're just deciding, or you're making a choice based on things that were already given to you to make a choice about, you know, or for.